This is a third stimulus check update. The official bill, the American Rescue Plan, has been released to the public. I'm going to share with you some key details about the $1,400 stimulus check from that bill, some good news and bad news you definitely want to hear about. Now that the bill is released, the next step is to have a vote on it, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer gives details of when that could happen. Republicans had a leaked memo talking about why they should vote against the $1,400 stimulus check was leaked accidentally. I'm going to give you some controversial details from that memo. And after President Biden said that he will not support the $50,000 in student loan debt, attorney generals from around the country gathered together to put more pressure on President Biden. I'm going to give you some other important updates, then I'll answer the questions you leave for me in the comments. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. If you appreciate these updates, then hit the like button down below. So I'm going to briefly go over the leaked memo from the GOP, and then I'll talk about the stimulus check details from the official bill. So this leaked memo was just meant for House Republicans and to say to vote against the $1,400 stimulus checks. This came from Steve Scalise, House Republican, saying vote no on the Pelosi Payoff to Progressives Act, which is what they're calling the American Rescue Plan. This is the official memo right here that was not meant to be released publicly, just among House Republicans. So me showing you this wasn't meant to happen. It's a little controversial. I'm just going to read the first part and point out what they say about the stimulus checks. Then we'll move on from here. It says, next week, the House is expected to consider the nearly $2 trillion package of progressive priorities Democrats have rushed to bring to the floor. I find it interesting how they use the word rushed. I guess Congress time is much different than real time. Goes on to say, this package will keep schools closed, bail out blue states, pay people not to work, and raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Republicans insist that we must safely reopen schools, reopen the economy, speed up vaccine distribution, and effectively spend the remaining $1 trillion from previous COVID packages. However, Democrats rejected hundreds of Republican amendments and any efforts to advance bipartisan solutions that are targeted, temporary, and tied to COVID relief. It's clear Democrats have no interest in approaching COVID relief in a timely and targeted fashion and are instead using the reconciliation process to jam through their liberal wish list agenda. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Controversial? Do you agree with any of this? Disagree with any of this? So I'm just going to point out the stimulus check, what they said about that. Also, they said $350 billion is going to bail out blue states. Just want to be clear that $350 billion is going to be evenly distributed among Republican states, Democrat states, poorly run states, properly run states. It's going to be evenly distributed everywhere, not just to Democrat states. Also, it says about the stimulus check, despite projections of economic growth, the legislation provides a third round of stimulus checks costing more than $422 billion, which will include households that have experienced little or no financial loss during the pandemic. But let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. Nancy Pelosi, of course, responded to this saying that the American Rescue Plan is supported by 73% of Americans, including the majority of Republicans. Talking about civilian Republicans, she also responded in a tweet saying that with millions of Americans unemployed and demanding relief to reopen schools and get people back to work, House Republican leadership is demanding its members to vote against a bipartisan plan to help struggling Americans. And here's that memo right here. She goes on to say also that the President of the United States plan will tackle the current health and economic crisis to beat the virus and safely reopen schools, deliver immediate relief to working families, support communities struggling with the economic fallout, and Americans need help. House Republicans don't care. Let me know what you think about this. So, the interesting thing about this is that lately we haven't heard any responses from Republicans. Personally, I'm an independent. I like seeing both sides, both Republican and Democrats, responding. This way we get a more balanced view, which is what I try to do on this channel. Show you both sides so you have a good perspective on what's going on. Lately, we haven't heard anything from Republicans. With this memo, I think we're going to hear a lot more talking points as the vote is going to happen within a week. So I'll keep you more updated as Republicans criticize. This way you get a more balanced point of view. Moving on. Let's talk about the bill that just came out, the American Rescue Plan, the official bill has been released to the public, and it has basically what we've been talking about so far up until this point. It has the $1,400 stimulus checks. It has the minimum wage in it, which we weren't sure if it was going to be included or not. As soon as this bill passes, the minimum wage is going to go from $7.25 to $9.50, and then slowly up to $15 an hour until 2025. So about $1 to $2 per year until then, and basically everything else that we've spoken about. Now, this is the official bill. It's 591 pages. I'm not going to go through everything in this bill, just the stimulus checks. If you get your hands on this bill, which you can, it's open, it's public, it's everywhere, page 455 talks about the stimulus checks. So I'm going to give you some good news and bad news here and answer a key question that a lot of you have been asking. $1,400, as we were told, $2,800 for couples. And now here it says $1,400 multiplied by the number of dependents of the taxpayer for such a taxable year. Basically, this is saying that dependents, both child dependents and adult dependents, will get the $1,400 check, but it's going to go to the person claiming these dependents. So if you are a college student or senior citizen and you were claimed as a dependent, you will get this $1,400, but it'll go to the person who claimed you as a dependent, not to your own address, which is clarified right here. Then it just also goes about the income thresholds, which is what we heard about, the $75,000 to $150,000. So I'm not going to go over the rest of the bill. If you want me to go more in detail, I can. It's very difficult to read because it's a lot of legal jargon here. But now that the official bill has been released, when are we going to see it pass? Because we're waiting for this point to happen. If we look at the reconciliation process, we are officially here. The bill has gone through all the committees, officially submitted. The budget committee compiled all these different bills together into one bill, which is 591 pages. Now the next step is for the House and Senate to vote on it. So if I was the House, I would get back from vacation and vote on this immediately, especially since it is officially released. Now they did say they were going to vote on it Friday, February 26th. That's been the latest date. But now that the bill is officially written up, it's public, everyone has seen it, they should have the bill voted on immediately. Senate Democrats are saying that this will pass before the mid-March deadline. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer saying that the Senate is on track to send a robust $1.9 trillion package to the president's desk before the March 14th expirations of unemployment insurance. We will meet this deadline. So March 14th is about 3 weeks away. Why don't they vote on it now? It makes no sense to me, especially since the bill is officially here. I'll keep you updated. If you appreciate all the time, energy, and effort that went into making this video, hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you want more updates like this. Over the next few days, we're probably going to see a lot more information come out. Also, President Biden told privately to governors that the minimum wage hike likely isn't going to happen. Now, it is officially in the bill. President Biden did say before that he wasn't a fan of it, he just didn't think that it was going to survive the reconciliation process. We'll see what happens. President Biden didn't say that he's against it. He just doesn't think it's going to happen. Now, what's going to happen from here? Will more stimulus follow the $1.9 trillion plan? Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need this one to pass already. But President Biden did say that they're already working on a fourth big stimulus package, the Build Back Better American plan, which is about infrastructure. No talk on stimulus checks in it yet. If I find out more information, I'll let you know. But that's later on in the horizon. Also, President Biden, as I mentioned the other day, said that he will not support Democrats' call to eliminate $50,000 in student loan debt. This is from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, AOC, Elizabeth Warren, among a few other Democrats who are saying that they want President Biden to cancel $50,000 in student loan debt. He said no, he's not going to do it. He's willing to do up to $10,000. But after this response, 17 state attorney generals call for the canceling of the student loan debt, saying in a letter jointly saying, the existing repayment system for federal student loans provides insufficient opportunity for struggling borrowers to manage their debts or recover from the current economic crisis. Broad cancellation of federal student loan debt will provide immediate relief to millions who are struggling during this pandemic and recession and give much needed boost to families and our economy. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Should there be $50,000 in student loan debt canceled, or should that money that would be used for that be used for other COVID issues? Let me know what you think about that. At this point, the student loan debt, whether $10,000, $50,000, is not included in the official American Rescue Plan, the next big stimulus package, but any more news that comes out, I'll definitely let you know about that. Next, I'm going to answer the questions you leave for me in the comments. If you want me to answer your question, just type the word question and then ask your question. Digital Life Concepts ask, will we be lied to about things happening next week? Great question. My question to that question is, when are we not lied to about anything going on in Congress? So they say next week. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know the latest. I'm just a messenger, just letting you know what they say. Jessica Robles asks, I didn't receive my child stimulus check that just passed. I've already filed last year. Do I have to file again to receive the stimulus check coming up for us again? No. So if you want to receive your third stimulus check, you don't have to file your taxes. If you do file taxes, it's either going to go through your 2019 tax return or 2020. So if you benefit from a tax rebate, refund from filing your taxes now, do it now. Either way, it won't work. The only problem is if you file your taxes now is if you made more than $75,000 in 2020. Next question comes from Lindsay B. If you have been unemployed for years due to issues and didn't receive first or second stimulus check and was claimed as an adult dependent, do you apply for the rebate check? No. So if you were claimed as an adult dependent, you will not be able to claim the rebate recovery credit for any money owed to you. There's no retroactive adult dependent pay. If you are an adult dependent and still claimed as one, you will receive the third stimulus check, but it will go to the person who claimed you as a dependent. So make sure you have some good communication with that person so that you could get the money that's owed to you. Next question. Anna Cortez asks, if a student was attending college and wasn't claimed, nor was 19 to be able to claim the stimulus payments, how can they claim it? So regardless of age, let's say you're 17 or older, you were not claimed as a dependent and you want your stimulus checks, you're going to claim the rebate recovery credit. I'll have a link down in the description below giving a quick tutorial of how to claim that rebate recovery credit, which you can claim right now. Eric Harris asks, I have a question. I live in Maryland and get SSI. Do I qualify for the $300 check? So it's based on income. If you made less than $15,000 for the year as an individual, then you can get the $300 check. That is all the stimulus news I have for you today. To brighten your day a bit and hopefully put a smile on your face, here is my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. Do you like my stress ball? You squeeze it and then you feel better. So I'm gonna tell you one thing you should do. Do the things that you want to do because you only have one life.
And if you wanted to make some extra money with $0 to start, I recommend clicking this video over here. It's on my Wise Sense channel. I go over 5 different ways of how to make money starting today with $0, zero investment. All you need is an internet connection and whatever device you're watching this video on. You could get started and start making money today. So click that video now and I'll teach you how, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.